Dear, oh dear, Inter Milan. That was embarrassing. Watch this video. Hello, welcome to Tommy Edson. I hope you're all well. So as we saw last weekend, PSG stuffed Inter Milan in the Champions League final here. 5-0 in the Bayern Munich stadium, the Allianz Stadium. What a great game, actually. I thought that PSG were just right from the opening minute. They were just head and shoulders above Inter Milan. It's almost like Inter Milan didn't even turn up. It's almost like they were lethargic. They were just given way too much space to PSG. But for PSG's credit, they were hustling all the time. They were, pressing high all the time. They were hungry to get the ball back if they lost possession. And their passment and their movement off the ball, creating space for each other, was absolutely fantastic. And it just goes to show, they could have scored another 3 or 4 goals quite easily. Inter Milan, however, it's like they never even got out of first gear. In fact, it's like they never even put it into gear. It was just pretty woeful. They're all over the place. Now, they're talking about Simeone now. Can he carry on as a manager for Inter Milan? What about a lot of the players? We're really talking about an aging squad in Inter versus PSG's younger squad. Totally different dynamics, totally different ways of playing. Then lots of people talking about Inter shouldn't really have been there. It just goes to show that Inter were never really going to be a match with PSG. It's interesting that you kind of reflect on what the pundits were saying beforehand. And many of the pundits were saying, well, Inter have got all the experience and I think Inter are going to win because PSG, they're inexperienced, they've got young players. Guess what? If you're good enough, you're old enough. It doesn't matter how young you are. If you've got the stuff, you've got the stuff. And PSG just said it, just showed it. They delivered it. They were fantastic. Inter Milan were absolutely, they were poor. Very, very poor in my opinion. Yeah, they had a couple of efforts. But overall, their just distribution, their passing, their ideas was just wrong. It was just nothing there. Simeone Inzaghi on the side and was just losing his mind, with the players. And you can understand. But what does this mean for Inter Milan going forward? They lost out on the Scudetto with Napoli, of course. And really, they gave that up. They really should have won that Scudetto, but they kind of gave it up in the last few weeks. Some duff performances there and some duff results. So where does this leave Inter? Well, can Simeone stay on for another season? I don't see there's any reason why he should be sacked. But, this is football politics. This is football management. Anything can happen. But you would imagine that they're going to have a massive rebuild for Inter Milan. Now, I'm not saying there won't be a force in the Italian Serie A, but in terms of European football, I'm not so sure they're going to get very far with that group of players. Now, obviously, going into the Club World Cup as well. I can't really see them doing anything there. They got their first game of the 15th against Al Ahly. So you would imagine they're going to win that, of course. But to go far in that Club World Cup, I doubt very much they'll do anything there. However, PSG, who are also starting their campaign on the 15th of June as well, it looks as if they're going to go far in this competition. But they got a much tougher opening game against Atletico Madrid. Now, of course, it's going to be great for them or any of these teams in the Club World Cup to go ahead and win it and do very well in the competition. But let's face it, they're all looking for next season. And that's where they're really going to be focusing on the league and then the competitions into 25 and 26. Will Simeone still be there? Will a lot of the players still be there? I doubt it. I think a lot of them are going to be farmed out. I think they're going to have to get new players in, get younger players in, more dynamic style of play. Whether that's going to work for them or not, we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of the Champions League final, well, they were just embarrassed. It was like men against boys. And unfortunately, Inter were the boys. PSG, who were the boys, were actually men. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What does Simeone do for next season? What do Inter Milan do next season? And, does there need to be a big clear-out of the club? If you like what I do here, keep on watching videos. Don't forget you can go to the website, revelatoralf.com/books for all my sporting books. And with that, I'll catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.